The fear and greed index is showing us signs that Bitcoin is getting towards the fear environment. Yesterday was neutral, last week was neutral, last month was great, and now we are at fear. What is going on, guys? Are the big players scared that maybe we are going down to 105K or 100K BTC? Well, in today's show, I'm going to look at Bitcoin price action this week. We're going to look at also what altcoins can do well against Bitcoin this week. And we're going to look at Ethereum to see whether price is at a key area for Ethereum to give us that pure signal to buy most altcoins. We can all agree that Ethereum has been the main movers for your altcoins out there. Your altcoins are doing well currently because Ethereum went right up to $5,000. Imagine, guys, when Ethereum was around 100 or $1,300, I called for Ethereum. I told you guys, buy Ethereum at $1,300. Now, within the space of no time, Ethereum went right up to $5,000. That was about, let's say you would have made $3,500 profit just buying one Ethereum for $1,500. Like this would have been an amazing profit for you within the space of like within a month. You have made that amount of money, and this is also something that I want you guys to pay attention to. Whenever I come here, I talk about any coin. I've done my research. I've looked at the pros, the cons, all the bad sides, look at the analysis, and give you guys like honest review as to what I'm seeing on the chart. I'm all about the chart. If I go to the fundamentals and I see that this coin have good fundamentals, and I look at the chart and say, wow, this coin has have a good chart, and based on previous price action, there's high chances that the future might be like this. I'm gonna come to you guys and give you guys exactly what I'm saying. You know, when we trade the financial market, we look at previous price action to see whether investors have been respecting previous price action, or the market makers, those who provide liquidity, are they respecting price action? If they are not respecting price action, it means there's no need to buy that asset. If you buy the asset, you're wasting your time. You're gonna lose money buying that asset. So in today's show, we're gonna look at where Bitcoin is. We're gonna look at where Ethereum is. We're gonna look at which altcoins we're buying for this week. People are calling for a downtrend this September, but mind you, we might get our shock, or we might be shocked by the market makers, because guys, they are there to make you believe one thing, then do the other thing, right? These are guys who provide liquidity in the market. So if you are there and you want to make money, don't listen to the noise. Let's go. Let's dive into the chart and see what we got there. If you're new here, guys, you know what to do. Just go right now and smash the subscribe button. It's free. It won't cost you anything, but like in advance so that you're gonna help the algorithm push out this content to more people out there. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube. That's why my screen is like boop. I'm looking at my people on YouTube. So you can head over to YouTube if you want to see my chart. But if you don't want to see my chart, it's good and fine. Stay on TikTok and you're gonna watch me speak. Right? Now, this is Crypto Bubbles on the weekly setup, right? And we are looking at the top 100 coins. You can see the ones that have been doing well for this week. Trump has been doing well. M, Crow, IP, PYTH, Pump, Pour. Guys, you can see in front of you the coins that have been doing well and the ones that have been doing like not well this week. But you see the coins that have been doing well this week, and compared to the coins that haven't been doing well, you see that the coins that haven't been doing well this week, like the previous week, not this, like this week, I mean the previous week, are coins that have already done well the previous weeks, right? So they are now giving some gains out there because they have made lot of profit, so they are cashing out some profit right now. So now, instead of you to be focusing your mind on these coins that are doing well now, try to look at where the coins that did well the previous month, what they are doing now, and whether there are key support and resistance zones where they are going to bounce or reject from. So that's where you should be looking at. Now, before we even go there, let's just see where we are with this bad boy. Let's look at liquidity, guys. If you don't know, if you're new in crypto, if you are new in the financial market, liquidity is boss. It's boss. If you understand how to read liquidity, how the market makers move price around liquidity, then you are gonna be one of the best investor or best trader out there. I'm one of the best currently because I have learned about this. That's why I speak to you guys with so much confidence, and you see how my analysis, my predictions have always been on point. I give you all the possibilities and I tell you how you're gonna react, when you're gonna react, and what you should be looking at what point in time. That's the essence of knowing what you know. So I like the essence of TA, like knowing what you know, which is TA, right? Yeah. I'm just saying anything now. Anyways, where we are with liquidity. This is Bitcoin liquidity on the 12 hours time frame. Where are we now? Okay, price made this huge move towards $110,000 liquidity, but you can see we didn't actually grab everything there. Now, do we have liquidity more down here? Yeah, we have some liquidity here around $106,000 and also $105,000. Now, let's look at the macro aspect. Let's look at the weekly time frame. Where are we now currently with this time frame? What is price giving us, or what are we gonna see the market makers do this week, like this week to come, like from today? Okay, you can see clearly, guys. It's on in front of you. Liquidity is boss. Look at where we are. We have liquidity at $114,000, and you can see minor ones below price around 106,000, right down to $105,000 for Bitcoin. But because we already made higher highs on this time frame, you can see on this time frame, maybe they can take us again right up here, right to around $114,000. Okay, now for us to actually see, like, okay, is this possible? Like, can they take us there? Because we are looking at this week, but we don't know when exactly they're gonna do this. So, what should we need to see? What we need to see on the chart before we take that decision? Like, or before we like, okay, now they want to take price to that price point or to that liquidity zone. So let's drop now to the 12 hours time frame, because the 12 hours time frame can give us now, okay, the liquidity around that area where they want to push price to. You can see clearly we have this liquidity around 110, and now they recently added this one around $111,000. But now you can see we have more printing in this yellowish color, right? So this now is telling me that they are gonna go to hunt this liquidity up here. But now we still have some minor ones here around $106,000 and $105,000. So let's now go to the chart of Bitcoin. Let's now establish whether that liquidity around 114K is gonna be taken out today or tomorrow, or maybe let's say on Sunday. I don't know. Like, let's just see what price is gonna tell us based on this chart. Now, this is Bitcoin, okay? On the weekly setup, right? I already marked all of these zones, and now I can see price is targeting this $104,000 because we are now up below. Like, currently, we are below the alpha trend. It's not good, right? So I'll say to myself that whatever longs I have currently, I'm gonna go and close it. Like, after the show, I wanna like close my trade, right? Because I'm looking at this, that they can take us because we are still below like the alpha trend. It means they can take us to right down to $105,000. Now, I want you to mark this zone on your chart. Mark this zone, really, like, mark it. This is gonna be important to you on lower time frame. So I've marked this zone, and this is $108,761 dollars. So now what you have to do is drop down to the daily time frame. You can see clearly. I want you to see this. For us to be able to buy, to be bullish again on Bitcoin, Bitcoin must stay above $108,000. Let me say $108,761. Guys, let me repeat this again. As of now, looking at this chart, Bitcoin is bearish. We might go right down to $105,000 if price stays like this on the daily time frame. Like if today stays like this, then we are going down there. But if say today we are able to go and close above this $108,000, then be rest assured that we are going to hit that 110,000 or 114,000 price point. Okay. Now you are saying to yourself, but we made higher highs. But we made higher highs on the lower time frame. Like let's say if we're gonna have to look at this on the 4 hours time frame, we can argue, yeah, that we made higher highs on the 4 hours time frame. But again, at the same time, you can see that price wasn't able to like really close and make higher highs. Like it wasn't really that higher highs on the 4 hours time frame, but we can argue that it was higher highs on the daily time frame. I'm sorry, on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah. Right? So you can mark now this zone because guys, this is like fake out. Yeah. They made us to believe they want to take price upward, right? But you see what happened. Well, I saw this and I knew immediately that this was gonna be something fishy, or is something fishy that they want to do here. But now I already marked the zone for you guys: $108,000, $761 If you see price above there, buy the hell out of Bitcoin. Buy hell out of Bitcoin. Buy this shit. Oh boy, I'm enjoying this, because like like they say, when you know something, when you talk about it and with confidence, like you enjoy talking about it. I enjoy talking about it because I know this. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time now, and these zones, you see price get back there, then my friends, you are ready to buy this hell I love this shit. Oh boy. Now, okay, so where don't we want to see price go below? Like go to like doing this downward trend. This is the target, the zone. We don't want to see price like this is the main support here. So whatever price is gonna do today, right? Price must not stay below 107,000. Let's just say, yeah, it must not it must not stay below $107,000, right? Or it must not be around 107,000, yeah, $7,000. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here, because this should be the main support zone. I think they are gonna push price there again to test this zone. You can see the alpha trend is already like showing us bullish signal on the 1 hour time frame. So let's just see, or we wait and see where this for 1 hour candle gonna close today. For the next 3 minutes, we're gonna see how this is gonna play out. All right, it's important because you can see if I zoom out this, you see they already send price right down here and price hit this zone. Oh boy, guys, you see, I mean, I didn't even see this week here. They already sent price there, and now we are seeing this buyback. If I would have been on my like, I'm not yet on my like, would have bought this, but I don't buy it like that. I'd have like added more to my Bitcoin, right? Let's just see how it goes. You can see price rejected exactly around this zone that I drew. You can see, I'm saying this because of previous price action. See here, wow. Now we have already established the price action for Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves the altcoin market. If you understand Bitcoin, then you can trade any altcoin out there. Because Bitcoin is not doing well, most altcoins are not going to do well too, right? Because they are altcoins that move alongside Bitcoin, right? Now, let's dive into Ethereum price action. Let's see where we are with this bad boy. Because Ethereum is the altcoin baby. If Ethereum is not going to give us that signal, then I think maybe your altcoins are going to be they're going to be crying, going to be screaming for like, oh, maybe we are going to the the bottomless pit, like a criminal. So Ethereum made this huge move, to the upside, and I've talked about this a couple of times. I told you guys that whenever you see a huge move like this and you miss the move, don't rush. It's okay to miss a move like this, but what you need to understand is whenever price goes up, price come back down, up and down. That's how price move. Now, for us to cash out the next move, you have to bring a simple tool. Bring in the volume profile. Mark it from the bottom to the top of that move. And what you are looking at is this zone here, the value area high. And you can see I already mark it with these two lines here. You can see I draw it like it's like a box here, and this is where I'm waiting for price to drop before I'm gonna start looking for buy opportunity again for Ethereum. So wait for Ethereum around $3,600 or around $3,500. I think price might go there or it's gonna go there, and I'm saying so because you can see the alpha trend printed is this buy signal here. From here, this is the candle that that led to this massive movement to the upside. You can see, this candle here, this huge candle, and that's why we see the volume profile giving us this zone as the main target. But I think the worst case scenario is Ethereum gonna go right down to $2,500. But I don't think Ethereum gonna go there. Like I don't think so. I'm gonna bet that Ethereum is gonna like not go there. Of course, that's gonna be a bad bet because you cannot bet in cryptocurrency. They can do whatever they want to do. So, but this is where I'm looking at Ethereum to move towards, and this could be really really bad for some altcoins, not all altcoins. Altcoins that have strength, maybe they can tap into the liquidity of Ethereum to pump themselves. The whales that have made profit already from down here to this zone, can they can be happy with us, by pumping our back, the other altcoins, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum on the weekly setup for this week. I think what we don't want to see Ethereum do this week is for Ethereum to close below $4,000. Yeah, we don't want to see Ethereum trade below $4,000. If we see Ethereum below 4K, then there's high chances that we're gonna come right down here to the value area low, the value area high of the volume profile. It's simple as that. Now dropping down to the 1 hour time, the daily time frame, you can see what is going on here. Price hasn't yet been able to break and close above the alpha trend. So I would say that Ethereum is targeting the 50-day moving average, which is going to be around $4,000 price point. We can see Ethereum go right down to 4K today. That's something on the table, right? Yeah, that's something I think might happen today or this week. Ethereum can go right down to $4,000, and if we see Ethereum at $4,000, then price is not able to bounce from there and stay above the 50-day moving average on this daily time frame, then we're gonna go right down here to this target that I mentioned around the value area high. So I'm gonna leave this on the chart for reference, to tell you tomorrow that I told you so. I've been doing this with you guys for a long time now, and you already know what I'm trying to say. Those of you who want to learn how to trade, if you want to take your trading to the next level, you want to learn TA, I can teach you how to trade. I can share with you, make things easy for you guys. Yeah, I can make things easy for you. And if you want to trade Ethereum or either of the altcoins that you are buying at a discount, with my analysis, or you want to trade with me, then head over to Bitronics. Use either of this link here to Bitronics. Yeah, they have these exchange links at partner with Bybit, Bluefin, Bitronics. If you register with either of my links, then you can trade with me. I can share with you my trade signals, my setups, everything. How I'm looking at the market and all those stuff. But once in a while, I share stuff in my general Telegram group, so you can go there and it's free of charge. It won't cost you anything. That's a free group. You can go and connect with other guys there. But I share stuff once in a while there. Not always. I share stuff there, so you can join for free and take advantage of the content I share there on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. But if you want to get my trades, everything I'm doing. You have to be able to use either of my affiliate link here. I recommend you use Bitronix Hyperliquid. For now, I trade more with this. To an extent, Bybit. On Binance, I use Binance more for something else. But I trade on Binance, but mostly sports. I buy my sport mostly on Binance. Yeah, Binance and Bybit. Then I do most of my futures trading on Bluefin, not sorry, Bitronix and Hyperliquid. So if you wanna do trade, you can do just that. If you use either of these links, I'm gonna share with you guys what I am doing every now and then. My trade setups. We're gonna do maybe like different sessions. You seen how I'm going about my trade, all those stuff. So if you want to get all of that advantages, you need to join like using this link. It's free of charge. And if say you want to become a member to support this channel, it's free. Just decide. Not that it's not free of charge to become a member, but it's free for you to decide whether you want to support this channel or not. So let's dive back to the Ethereum analysis. Yeah, so whatever happens today, guys, we don't want to see Ethereum close below. So let's do exactly what we did with Bitcoin. Let's bring this line here. We draw it there, right? So now we drop down to the 4 hours time frame. This is what you want to see happen. Whenever you see any candle close above this line, this $4,425, you are buying Ethereum, right? You are buying Ethereum. And if you want to like confirm this, you can wait for multiple rejection here on the 4 hours time frame. Let's say it's gonna be much better on the 1 hour time frame, right? So if you see multiple rejection there, if you see any candle close above here, then you can rush quickly to buy your Ethereum and then take the price to the upside. And the same thing with Bitcoin. I already showed you guys the angle for Bitcoin. If you want to see like you want to buy Bitcoin at a cheaper rate, discount rate, then you have to do exactly what I said or what I mentioned. So the price for Bitcoin is simple. It's gonna be around 108,761. If you see price above there, you're buying prices below there. But I think this vector candle somehow will recover like the next 1 hour. Let's see. It's gonna be crucial. It's gonna be crucial. Wanna see this candle go and close above, for the next 4 hours. Yeah, guys, there's a lot to take into consideration here today. This week is gonna be a crucial week for Bitcoin. Let's just go quickly to the liquidity hit and the CoinMarketCap live chart to see where we are with the liquidity. Yeah. Okay. So on this chart, you can see clearly where we have liquidity in the market. We have some liquidity here around 106.68, right? We also have some liquidity here, but we have more liquidity above price. I think there are more liquidity above price than below price. So we have been moving around this area for a long time now, guys. A long time. Like price is like I don't think, like looking at this on the 4 hours time frame, I don't think we're gonna go like downward. What I think is gonna happen is exactly what price is doing. Price is gonna gravitate around this area before we made this huge spike up there to grab the liquidity around $114,000. But if we look at this liquidity here, we can go straight away to grab the liquidity at $114,000 if we look at the weekly setup for Bitcoin, right? If we look at this setup for Bitcoin, then we can confirm that maybe what they are doing is just making us to feel okay. They want to push price more downward, only to reverse it back to $114,000 this week. Right. So whatever you are doing, try to like mark the zones where you can have a good stop loss so that they don't like liquidate you. But I think if I have to leave today's stream, with something, or I will say to you guys that the target for this week is $114,000. If we see Bitcoin trade above that this week, then we can go to back to $120,000. But for now, there's high chances that we can visit $105,000 before we go to $114,000 this week. So between 105 and 1014, no 114 and 105 are the ranges where we're going to be expecting price to go or move around this week. I think that should be the statement that end today's show, right? We have been streaming now for 26 minutes, and as usual, I don't want this to be long. I want others to have time to watch afterwards. You know, yeah, afterwards, yeah, afterwards. Oh boy, let's see. All right, guys, I think that's it. See you the next one. Ciao.